right. Yes, Abba. After Chimwa who do MPP for the Amai relating to Paula Fokone, Tamale, Basaba. Or one, I say, me can't answer 2% teaching one party.
Cemetery organization.
The Parliament Boko.
Adom Boko.
I see. One go project in the course of school. Make a one go project. I say, oh, uniqueness now. There are two more. That's all.
Free secondary school.
Oh, Boko.
Adom.
Is it what says so? I'm going to introduce you because I did not have more team. But a Russian innovation in Antiaga. And then I can carry President Moses is there. Mohonchi Mudona, intimate fancy, sanity.
Oh, I know.
I didn't acquire near Sabi element of the Cassidy. Me comment, yes, it is quite impossible. And the papers, 2-3 papers, no converse. You say they're intimate fancy, they're Honchaba.
It is a first trotro, you know, and California say Munchunko star. In terms of seats there, Obia will sit back home, but microphones are Casemno, and sometimes we have to share.
At the city will be our back.
City will be our back.
Mike, there. I said the mic with my EBSU, and a table space.
Table near enough, yes.
Even I thought sitting in pool. Personally, even the about Parliament first. I mean, it swing will check a crack. But right now it's like
18 bribe.
I will be bribe.
Oh, but I'm surprised. Oh, probably very unfair, but that is what I will produce. And then will be a mortgage bribe now.
Oh, I mean, maybe a bribe. I mean, I don't bribe or something.
There's evidence to show. Per the tape that was played and now on the program issue. There's evidence to show, say, mortgage bribe.
Yeah, they got all microphones and I say,
microphones. Oh, the same, I did can't somewhere know. One is about Monday, oh, the Muffa and I normal, but what's about President Mahama or President Gufo and another? Let's settle that issue on my Simidium. Is that the case? Say, Motito and I said, you need you so. Moji Buemadia, Modi Mojuma or Sanity.
Mentas my kind of mentas, ye Juma then. It's a discard about that you want to on your bribe here. On your bribe, so bits today or discard by Parliament more the Juma. What, well, ever bribe the same no. Because seriously, in America there, I don't know. Any more to my committee, but me name, my brother out there, me maybe YGB that, I don't know. But me Jim today. Look, this is my second time in Parliament.
Mom, me and true became free. That
the internet, what that man paying for the one stream be. What's I'm paying for one stream, sir? Did you know one Papa one can the other?
But you feel worried about that pronouncement? We're worried.
Oh, a bit, because I mean, what's this? A done champion, so I see no culture there. Another patrol, another portrait, new film, so I see no culture there. Done champion, new crab. Who are you to? Who are you to deny, like argue with? Because at the end of the day, you never go hard. I mean, Yana or the Yaka, but of the some honorable Bagden Kano. I don't know what prompted him to. I don't know what kind of
because of our dance here, you may be a dance here. But she will just phone be no one more to say, Kukum, no motive, Woma, dear, the ba, every dinner painting, and same Bijina, a young Mokubi, Tao, Machi, and then she said, the PC the bar.
But in my mentality, most, if you're in parliamentary way, most of the things, about 99%, Ofi Abahonoba. Instead of Chalabano to a bribe, another one to a bribe. It could
be so.
Oh, master.
It could be so. Master. Majority minority in the former.
Private member bill, yeah. Because there may be company, be lobbying, maybe.
We need some of us to put under the carpet.
No, we are not
the person involved in this issue. Only ordinary SARS, that's the issue. Say, ultimately, Ghana. Every brim hampo buy a man yourself, then in India, an experience and exposure. No, every brim ham man yourself, crano. We are here such a personality will come and say that evidence suggests that some members of parliament. So he wants to draw, probably the president is opening up a debate for who a lobbyist is and probably what bribery is. the understanding of baby or the free banner was people lobby, but through lobby in the package, the mammono influencing such that moon say we are bonny and away.
No, into America there. I don't seriously. Your friend there, your friend the Ministry of Energy. Opera way was shem bravo for Ewa. I belong to the subsidiary legislation committee in Parliament. Now what's there in Brand Yankona Yankoshe Muslim Branity. Now say Minister of Energy wafe yenina onyeko even akosomu hotel. Na akotrasi na wachre hen like in Bra opeda wodiba yasu yenwe de bobo na ya shembran ya da boto ho. Na say makasa metumi ka aba at Muslim identity. Let's say I'm fuel. I don't think that one is bribing because I'm working, and if I'm working, I need fuel to travel from FNX constituency. I have to drive all the way. The
package probably might include, apart from some of fuel, or pekakradea to Butum, order the best of hotels. Sometimes,
no, but master, ejuma yeyen,
throw at you.
No. This is no. And how many people? It's a committee thing. Committee of about 22. If you take committee,
but if you have a package that is able to confuse all the 22 members,
that is not. So I don't think government have numbers in Parliament over there. So people bulldoze the way, bulldoze the way. But you see, all you say there was in Baby River. Yenina yenkusuya yenhu amase Nigeria yenim asema yeka wo. Only said there will be a bribe.
But
I don't see that as a bribe.
But Osha Amrasibe, maybe I say team mine. Our man I say team mine. I say over here, si Vodafone, over here as a ZE force be over here as a nano that put to promote merchant bank for teas, no majority for no the beef fair. No, Homa be bringing a matrimoa. Muncha Danti Musa Mai, and Tiano some of these things sociality freedom for back being Oba. People are tempted to say any concept of an ordinary sir. It should open up that debate that institutional Badwam Ghana etimia konkaino. You decide you from one. You lose that steam. If it's a more one. That's the point.
Oh well. To begin with now, metie yenya baby tape ni kakra. As you said, full tape and discussions na media for more player I don't know into me entry. I believe that is why I supported the positions the leadership of parliament and inviting me sure say invite media personnel a call on and I say almost a recording na yenya the full picture of this year. Now if kakrana yemu biyate no is the baby kaidia na yenya baby wankase ye. So, very senior member, Ubia respecting being the minority leader before, he's been the majority leader before, Wasako Akoye minister. As we speak now, he's supposed to be a member of the president's 3 wise men.
He is.
He is. Yes, may I say he's supposed to be because, for example, president ne flagship project is 200 secondary schools here, or say OBC. He's supposed to be part of that project now also on the person. So president Akoye ni hobi omubie no no ka ho. Ntina ma emubi kra ya na ye hu se bia really say president be aso no ko bo form nkonya bi no yi ana say the nia brea. Otherwise project na ka say share sangofo insa no. This is the first one e bia nka wo betu ho anamo and yet omubia ye hu omubia ho 3 wise men. So it babbling with all these credentials now okasa that way no. The evidence say, like say legislature, or say our evidence says some MPs in his position said they make as a former leader and whatever. Our evidence are 88. So, often call say me ben aye, and I mean Aquinas, and now aye or no baby nankasa, and now wajib bribe pay. Offer evidence ninko, then we take it from there. Otherwise, for him to make that general comments. Now we just hang home loosely. In the process, look, you must be brave home. You may just say you will be shame because of our name. See a baby with my constituency near mine, until we will not sit down while some of these so-called leaders ebe kasa loosely. Loosely, sir, na omejan hanging. Na the question marks abetutu obia edin no anything ma you be taking that serious or so called ordinary evidence no offer me to dwa na whoever MP bia ono akọje ne bribe no anything after all if you on here no obi a wodin a ukotena say a name tag si wanim no
but say we have instances where RLG Krabeka obi to ball who ama a member of parliament
okutu ball home eya okutu wa MP ni fie
okutu ball home
no okutu ball home constituency that means debi yenti ase say me pre-project be the come constituency
so you are
in what way am I
project?
personally benefiting from that?
Probably say okutu ball home we own tunu sa akwa otu ball home man we are
na say me pay cash say cash na me pay when say ka me na convert ball home ni nyina into cash na me dey ase mbutum it is MPB after all your botai no say mpontuo be koso your constituencies if institution be person or koye mpontu juma e wo be constituency and also we be friend also as bribe. I'm not sure and ye call rounds here ye lobby ye kasa ye through NGOs whatever ye dey pre-projects dey ko your constituency besides the abana adebano then ye next then ye nam next but there's a difference. Say they no answer what kind of say yeah lobbying and bribery. Difference can see power. After all, lobbying there is done everywhere. But say ode influence obi decision when Abia can nipa nim say dey na white. But because BB a change hands and as we no or person or kasa dey na white but black. On the other hand, say dey na white. To say sa food no sa this a controversial bills modified foods GMOs here ebe ye mu bebre ho ma ye well informed so even within the scientific world there's a divided so in this case there's such a bill to parliament you won't just get up and go and vote for or against that bill. You need to be educated. It is a okophobia ohunim die ebefa parliament no and as a committee of parliament no as a group because workshop just now mo komo mo ehunim die na mo ma hu why
but the money different from really having an influence over a particular group of people to go and buy into because because we know that
sometimes in the end of without necessarily compromising
sometimes there's a compromise by virtue of packaging.
Wrong but because I meant at the no nanka me position ye after all even the scientific world no initially nanka you feel say we are say flat if Satan may be a stance and say yes we are say flat we be am say flat now upon further information you who say we are since after a rounder and not just say you be a man bribe to me changing my stance but based on more info about it maybe a man who say yes so I dem nanye flat na round sometimes you draw a line so yeah we will get it wrong let me say allow yourself to be influenced by other considerations besides say why you well informed and they change your position and I say Emma will take a stance be there. I don't know and that is why some of us will insist say Honorable Babi must come clean on this particular issue because we never compromise so easily on our
but what are some of the challenges of Mashibiri because the understanding is that some of the committees in here some of the is not forthcoming. That's why sometimes you write for sponsorship to individual or corporate companies to come and help committees to work and it's not the best. Is that the case?
Well, personally, yes. If you say that should not be the way to go. So, for Parliament, see between our set your independence party, I think your budget no, enough. I between take care of Parliament. Any yuma but here we are. The kind of budget na yen sakano enye enough. And na kakra no so kra na ya approve yama Parliament no release and so a problem. In fact, and be a general problem in this country. Yeah, Nancy and some of this SOEs Asia. On the average, you know, the the budget is around 35-40%. Ekobasa na hadring. Njama the rate is a parliament you medin be atosi. Travels as a man for a coco ye you may be outside. Either so to me and as a cocrana a year see a demand na kutia hotels near the areas of Konawa kutia oba. Mrs. Skaba Abeje refund.
But
When that happens,
so it's a means of you can easily be influenced and compromise certain positions you have.
No,
that's the kind of way you have.
That's
When we have
what I'm saying.
Parliamentarians taking
Don't have that.
100 Ghana cedi, 200 Ghana cedi, 300 Ghana cedi after a lot of deductions and constituencies for you now. So clearly, no, there's too much pressure on parliamentarians.
That is true, but pressure, beba. After all, most of us, for Santana, pressure no dear beba. We are baby a pressure and beba. But one can so moral to say. So, and no, and the bema work came in or not necessarily because pressure abba. Moral, no, you're clean, you're pure, you won't give in to this things in Israel. It doesn't matter pressure beba, so you will still stand to or ground. But who are weak moral before this is beba easily no will be cave in.
I see. Oh, Parliament is still strong.
Well, Parliament is still strong, but the most part can share in maybe what Abraham Public Account Committee no do no. There was this Canadian Parliamentary Center. When you to quite your question most other countries more public accounts or you go to Finland, we go to other places. They take us there. It's a Canadian Parliamentary Center. Now, I don't think they will give you bribe for anything. They will, because they have their standard. If you are traveling, they know you have a per diem that you take. They pay your hotel, you do everything. You go and learn and come back just to come and help your motherland. Now, say you that's why you every month to move a letter. And our committee chairman month to throw a letter. Now, my friend come and friend there. Maybe I'm on a committee on works and housing. And I'm actually a letter to maybe an estate developer, a member of GREDA. There, we have a workshop being almost support workshop. No. As I say, but they go to the mother like GREDA. This is what is going on. So GREDA as a group, okay, look, we want the members to see a new style of building. You introduce Ghana and style of building you Angola. As I say, here counterparts are Angola and YAB. So we have to take them to go and see and then Musma I don't know Jumafa. When you call next one more per diem, it's normal. If you travel outside this country, you entitled to your per diem. In the section Article 71 office holders now. I think it's only MPs who are not enjoying the kind of things that comes with all those. Because Article 71, I'm free saloon car, one free car, I'm entitled to my house help, whatever. All those things are part of the Article 71 office holders way. But MPs are not. That doesn't mean because of that they will go and take bribe. Because the bribe thing, then if really MPs are taking bribe, then it's government that is paying the bribe to Parliament, because most of the work we do in Parliament it emanates from government.
Probably you can clarify. It is our ZTE phones. What was the import of those phones?
No, but do you think we are that cheap to be bought with that phone? Before I make it, what we to them ZTE phone by 3 and 4. That thing, before we use security man and media man no kita. You understand me? That just to let the friend there open her laptops. Ministry of Communication open her laptops. Laptops is to help us to work. It is open her laptops. So Ministry of Communication will open her laptops. So not there. We're bribing her. No way. I'm bribing her. We need laptops to work. We don't have offices. As I say, we can't papers. At the end of the day, if somebody gives you a laptop, at least you know. And for some time, so I started the war year. In the war year, often then hands that like other people that didn't email me. I mean, that kind of how do you get access to it if you don't have this thing? This is just to and that phone. I mean, it's like to call yourself. I mean, it's not phone be or you.
What are you talking
about? We are not that cheap.
Even 50 cedis phone.
So what are you talking about?
But it's about your phone.
Oh,
and a phone
now is a bit more influence.
50 cedis. What are you talking about?
One campaign plan about Parliament. campaign, do you know how much on the average, each MP is spending on his campaign or her campaign? And so, not about parliament. We will do parliament, our 50 CDs. I'll be influencing. Sometimes, right. So, again, we get it wrong anytime we are the member of parliament as an individual, as a person. Forgetting, say, it's a complete office. And here, no, that the MP, new offices, any staff and all those things, you can't member of parliament, and I can say, Sabaku for no. Elsewhere, it's a complete secretariat. Ubeko baby office no the staff is about 15 to 20. In that case, phone that office of the member of parliament. No cry as a person, can't find down here in South Africa, not even parliamentary staff. Now, obetumi access to the member of parliament. Who didn't go to left who born dogs member of parliament? But now I have say, omnia crash left. Santa will be room class and our MP room. It's normal. But elsewhere, if you're designated left, they say MPs only. Only why now work on that side. When the MPs are coming out, to say the higher speaker bar will be a general for them to pass. No? That is what happens in other places. But you mango of people to understand say, and you must say about the office of the member of parliament. It is as if say MP no, and the idea no, share on one button. Laptop said you're okay, as if say MP no, and a laptop no, for the personal use. It is for the office of the member of parliament. Exactly.
That's the thing.
It is where we don't have this secretariat. Sometimes these students, national service, we are as service personnel. As I said, movie, and as I said, why engage personal idea. These are the people these things go to. Normally, the Badwam or their type of documents, or their one or two things. So, yeah, who is that? Not to be if you say, I call MP or no, we will get it wrong.
I see. No, you see, Muko, Iran, Iran Parliament. What's that? About 1 kilometer square of the Parliament House is a security zone. Oh, what are you talking about? If you don't have any business in Parliament, you don't go to Parliament. The even young members of Parliament are here on offended. Parliamentarians are all what's the kind of scrutiny? The access to the chamber. Access to the chamber. Must every MP have a swipe card? Until swiper, it records the time you enter the chamber. You understand? If you are coming out, you have to use your digit or your thumbprint just to let you come out. Until at the end of the day, no. It's security or honor. Sometimes, even at all, anyone could be like it's been maybe 1 hour break, especially if you are sitting 1 minute break. But if you are sitting for a longer period, okay, we should take 1 hour break and come back. Maybe go and find something to eat. If they even give you food, where do you eat the food? Where? But I hope Nadi in a debate table won't be Shakona Kakra and the teenage. I see.
But that means you are not helping the system. And I'm going to mention that's one thing about that's one thing about Ghanaians. That's one thing about Ghanaians there. Sometimes if you give him a little space, what he can produce, if you give somebody from other country, even the same space, we cannot engage you. Into the you have full effect of MPs. They like one into balls. What can then say your office is in here ready? Near office. That's a it may be or them here. Right now, I have to go and sit down. We more than it in a parliament. Don't be using the iPad. iPad no using. You don't use iPad on this share. Movies and other video. Vibia work on one someone opedo ko internet to no koche na say it was research assistant not office for it's a shame to move as parliamentarians and to parliament as a whole. We were moving on over the years. You more shambra under this conditions now say most monkasa baby am such a prestige Maybe I'm with the crowd money in an trouble. Then security crime is at risk.
Security. No, we don't have security. Security, I don't think.
But you're taking it for granted. But because the more kind of money says, son, and the son, and Biancosa. If you have to say, somewhere corrupt, son, I say.
No.
It doesn't mean the fact that resources constraint to the way he
but
that's not necessarily means
that constraints are
because if it's a corruption it hasn't changed nothing until you know the tie the two now.
But constraints are quite challenging.
Yes, it is. It is. But for some of us, until say you be changing this constitutional this hybrid system we are practicing now, 50% of executive must come from parliament until say a best say parliament, parliament, executive so any we will continue to suffer what we go through now because the majority more or less share abano amotuum sebio so already 50% of them. And I say about substantial number be a part of the executive. Almost so any appointments, they don't want to offend the government because opportunity was say either say a friend so may a minister and now say BB tisa. So we want to sing the praises of the executive. I don't say that you can even parliament budget. And who in quote who born dog. Say parliament yen ya approve the budgets. Now you approve yen a year. Now no who releases will be a problem.
All right.
But this will be a problem. Why?
1760 for our text message very neat to me NG Brain and Kinka. My account say Lucky Backlink for another. I tell you much about Lucky Backlink. But you know this agencies issues departments, PWD, Town and Country Planning, NCC, ANA, Meteorological Department. Are they that effective? Are they still in the system? Abanko, these areas, they are key. NCC, PWD, Town and Country Planning, and Meteorological Department. And what's something to say? It's like we don't pay attention, but the roles these agencies are playing is of essence for Ghana development. Why?
Well, starting with Meteo for no. If I just run a committee, you know me share. But it all boils down to Sikasemia. You see, Ghanaians and so you have this attitude of thinking, say, oh, Meteo for the Cassis, you better, and then Meteo for Cassis, say, until you're not particular about even the weather forecasting. You're taking it serious. Unlike if you go to Europe, they are not I want to see weather conditions because I don't cry influence the way you would dress to work. But I say you better see before you for weather no appetite pay and fire. But it's not like that.
Yeah, probably.
Even though Meteo is working, we don't seem to see it. Because if you say, oh, my women now, so they say, but look, before every flight, every your man, and I say, be Belandi, he's a Meteo for you, I'm clearance. That is accurate when we say, whether any be okay, and send a place, all this is Nina. But you're 4 years, even within almost limited constraints.
Home offices, I mean, home card across the country.
Since American, almost resources in the Biniho, but to say that Ghanaian ingenuity, sometimes you wonder. I deal with between the idea and your resource accurately here. Sometimes it is giving the resources, appropriate resources. It can make me sell beyond what we are seeing now. But one body, I'm saying, and I can
remember what was may bought these agencies or departments because for Monday to Wednesday I've passed through. I forgot one. Birth and deaths. You cry. You cry because even storage facility for documents of national interest. Okoni baby ne desk na penmuna nkasa kra tesone laptop isi honom ne that first can now you are amazed it is birth and deaths these certificates obi owu and obi awunya nkwa no baby ye fi record keeping cry a challenge offices in the curtain I think about 1879 you don't get it. But these are core agencies are everyone Ghana forward march and car issue car kakra so that's why because at least probably you ever draw attention can issue what is happening to Yeah, locate and I see carrying them manner. We think that we can easily walk over these because you can't planning of a town. You can't leave our town and country planning. And no can be able to sabria and OBS baby without shape, without form. So what do we do to salvage these images are air sinking?
It all boils down to resources and then the allocation and the priorities as a nation. So you to me generate enough resources and say employing to me and generate enough resources like a crana ban your priorities anything. Areas burn if you say here national attention. Until you put resources in there.
We build the capacity of 100 and something million Ghana cedi, and these monies cannot go into building or empowering these agencies. Because
no. Capacity
building, how do I building or my mean?
Oh yeah, but to begin with,
millions.
You see, you can't a year and point to you and say, okay, capacity building, what have you know? It starts with the person. See, a builder castle, see her, na nipa no team no. Know how in the home a be useless, and that is how I said know how no po that's equipment not crying the home ni pano to me a unity a day my be kakra no nti it's not bad see a build nipa capacity and that should be our priority. However, after you build capacity na wie no na cafe ya pe ho akadia o se nipa no de be ya adwuma no and the tribia ya na emba. Your resource allocation depending on maybe a priority one. ABI say paper white in your person here. Until your paper whites are at the expense of pens. So, well, I'll see a question money because these institutions said you can your budget bar sometimes. Yana area
because like Ghana Football Association, your other sports, but Ghana football, even black maidens, black queens, I ignore mobile. I think we call Canada,
Costa Rica.
Black Star. Ministry that has attention now. Canada kutukubo. Tamana Azuma Nelson. I caught him on akwa ibununi omukazi okoji sike born betray everything. Oh, because Nanaya was go Nanaya Kuredo. You go born with Canada kutukubo. But say abegina ubosha. Table tennis, nipa ball more but a man of that attention. Well, basketball, because now we have to spread it over. Me and share baby, Mabuno, Ubia and I just I do team tie. And said, oh, so yeah, Juman, I do Kujina Bedjumem. So, especially in a Greek, they be a carbine, you did were Greek, but I buy modern body, agriculture department sector and Casa de Agina form. What is happening? Well, if you fish, you might be Ghana for who was said, and will be that opportunity. I'm almost say tilapia, said, dear, moon trade, you say, a boy, woman.
Yeah, I'm there, say, pandemic coffee with your brother. Oh, yeah, I'm there. Like bet and debt, American. I remember the Abraham War local government now, we were trying to push there. They generate some serious IGF, oil bet and debt, because more registration you pay for it. Almost my identity. But it goes straight into the consolidated fund. Almost my identity. Until the one more was can be known for because if you come office almost working now, they have to computerize. They have to get a proper data. They're like near intro at least we do what call high tech kakra. I must say you obi corner or maybe ni birth certificate ayo. No kono you oboni din oboni age obo de o enini. So the only thing they order for the printout. The printout comes, they give it to you. You see, seriously, Oyada or the yes, PWD or but do they have the equipment they used to have those in the days of old? No. You see, sometimes these are so many questions about those institutions because when we were kids, they were very visible.
Very, very.
I mean, they were very, very visible. Hey, PWD, I before we move Saturday work there was a PW Papa word of blow. I said I because the people can work, but they believe there in a way you do who schedule. But they were working, you could see them, they were visible.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, what are we saying now? We successive government into me after you because in a slowly no we were now private. So obey government renovation bia or don't want private developer no go share no ye so what ye into no one mama maybe it don't be to the PW no why there wa basic because
one quick thing so about leadership. Mechanical leadership are not necessarily political leadership. Say Ghana EBB and in politics. Leadership of these institutions. What are they also doing?
I see.
Typical example, Gimpa, MDPI, MVTI, and those they were of the same class. It took Professor Steve Adair and the Gimpa. Osisano, everything. Leadership, quality.
Top for sometimes why they are
politicians for nothing. Yeah. But institutions are able to bring no more director generals, CEOs, whatever, or multitude home. Okay, yes, we might complain, all right. Oh, and I win. But that is where your leadership skills must come to play. If Professor Adair was able to turn Gimpa around, you can world-class universities, you can Gimpa can Sana, we should respect the leadership of some of these institutions, to try and turn things around rather than say Tembiano. They look up to the political authorities for direction.
All right, 1760 for text message burning to me, NG Brainer, Yankinkai, Enfa, Emma 1760 Fabre, Yankinka. But make us lucky Heba Clinic for Adaroma, a free Juada copy of Fiada and Pension Media Breno, one Anna Aso Yase, Yadibia than a crown called out Sibiano, Fakadom Lucky Heba Clinic, one room, Unubia, and the Mebon de Rachel, Lucky Heba Betes, and no Quatia, a year cuckoo. And watching so lucky heba mixture it kutia malaria or kwanso kusukra ebia na ohwe na kira kwan a odi woni kire eye gomwa ogwakrom weniba junction aguna swedro eye kwantempo no so ohumo sa pepepe so odi woni kire kaswa yenyado oso behumo sa so na eye kaneshi first light woni akra academy ene die nim hwe ohu lucky heba for one for number c 0243201244 and 027746 5855 and 0242-238745. Nani lucky heba for any insight. So on the 14th of this very month, March, most of us are making Kumasi Cultural Center, Sekwakwa Season 2. Yeah, the Ebro, the engineer said, well, that talent now, Obetimi Amani Pasri, Asri Juni Hodi Nana, Akonya Kesabeto Sekwakwa Season 2. A key soap, Amansamboa for Inimi Fritite. One of the Roma and Asia say, and a Jumekoba Aqua. And an endorsement from His Excellency John Dramani Bahama Agbeve Herbal Center. It says Jumapa and Onidi, also a yes, Kwakwa Season 2. I tell you much about the Airbus on the 18th of February about installer training. But I say, Brasson, say quickly, Yakojina a year Tamale Eba, Honorable Hano, the area of interest to Umum Bishop, Namia Adom on the 12th of April, or party, court Tamale. Now, when I kika in Shishaboma, Nipa Ebedi Party, and for 2016, not the flag bearers, but national executives. But in TF, it is monitoring it on a Senpai Kusi saying Kabaju Medina, Ebesi and the Pensun, Koma Edidi, any Pussy for her, any MPP Penfu Binimedino. It seems that even though the assurance is there, but Anamua, a Mebruni be to no, still, because of such a major event, what do you think? Especially, you can't in your more TV mountain. Bribia Dano, Utia Pussy for the Casempa, or say Brimpo idea the same, they got 2 women say, what would 2 Crabiano, or Modian Fabrano, do Dona Afanco, as it stands now, do Dona, 2 I need 2 normal by 3x4 2 a 2 Papa, 2 Papa Bia, and the Manchia. Bribia, that flame of MPP NDC no Eshaho would be a gra a bit poor because it could be the Kanda House and the MPP say it was a Kanda House and you recognize there were structures in copy Briben but Tianwasi you don't know what TV man say Ghana a bako unti biasia ya umrani shise e wo
personally I believe say the cost of hono see no MPP NDC sema done the same MPP and this is a year ka baby a enwie payem. So say if it me sit back now ya hwe issues of that part of the country ni year. Em say ke be boy nyina because we are sure say before MPP and this is some crab ba o 1992 no. Na sa nyoma ni bi eta akoso. E wo soro home. Look, I'm told ebia obi betumi afra correct me. Say some part of that area no a nipa take pride to own a gun. Yes, me matotu. Oko some parts of this country ebi ono no the pride is obeka say oh matoka anase me fie ni anase me kokofu ni anase me kubefu ni no. I'm told that some parts be so obabi a nipa no na yi ni say obetumi so aba akebeka say yes me otuo mienu anase miensa. Eti yen Legon sociology department these people we must go into the mindsets of na because some of the times incidents it may be serving Ghana and I say wherever be not done but this attitude of say for example asem so ba ya no baby home asem ba ya na yen kwahihia amanfo fie yen say ejapade yen say no the same tokwani bitumi see other parts of the country say ye di jai ko to bi fie mu anase ye kwashi obi ayi de wonte ebia on the streets no na be zaman for no so akun preprom ho obi akun obi ayi say but said the speed wo fucha see ye ko say aman for japade na no so ni ho it you say you go into all these issues ni na ye hwe national security force will role to play. The speed of which I ultimately kobubu a Legon for toll boost. No.
But for your information, 15th of March, only still can be on for simple.
Yes. Well,
that's it. So I'm sure they want to also establish the authority.
Say, because that issue by me, this is our issue. Na Legon name say button na come to me a shati or more uniform. Give pa achi motor side. And as a bot 12 I know to me close gate no crack complete that don't mean tremor. Na say yeah allow this is to go on ba say no case of you told ya. But I know a different topic.
Exactly.
So said the American. So international security edwuma ben e no more here to prevent some of these issues and also to resolve some of these issues no. When I see a Jacob issue here by your some kubu there and right any this for share we were told say omuko over 800 cannons e was site ho
how many cannonballs
cannonballs I mean national security where you from. If you hear from manufacture cannonballs no area where an asset yes, that is if it is true. It could be. Say yes.
We saw the pictures.
Yes, but the patch say it could be said to make a good case
for that demolition.
For yes and also no. But to me, national security can do anything apart from say be creating nipa. I'm not saying say true, that's saying true. But the national security meeting now, this area, 800 cannonballs were found there. How safe are we? National security meeting now, sa a Mali phobia, say phobia, EBPA or Aquaje interchange ham. And to question of voter region, Ghanaians, Emubuko Togo, na Brigadier Mensari and Kofo, no minimum. These are the major issues, I say, as of mine. So, we are sure that Kandahar, okay. Azoka Kofobi almost woman name and all this is no. I'm not sure say security agencies with my catch say aware about the existence of some of these groups. I almost say armed for how long? And yeah, bet now as so almost in the name of MPP and DC. Yet one day you never buy almost neither. Not just some. If you know so the enya to first one enya to for hasu we are no training ba me just say say wo MPP and say wo NDC and nipa no so no I was in Liberia at time civil war breaking out. So before that nobody thought Liberia is so talk cry heard makra o nko betre fie say ka bi pa be catch say Liberia ni betumi akọ hwewuram akọ for all this one pa anka me nyi da ka me nyi. But Nipano, the hands will become the first person. self-defense. Or others will cause more. And I say he himself will get killed. Into both not Jensen. And I say, Utifi, now ya beg Piao, you know, money be a man can hear Roma Coshet them near Jatum. Nanya me boa now to escape who could tell no baby. Nasa any panoya or Besiaqua. We have said Taekwondo guitar as a Buban guitar. You may try to act.
Yeah.
So we should not sit down. We should be issue of national security interest. And now your pockets of this all over. And has a in Kranhabe Baptist or Hinibi Yakukuno.
Yeah. Aras or a musician.
You see. And your man kitting be home. If you say national security should take over. They should be on top of their yes. Your peace and to quite beyond starting Hamu Bibia engine some until you feel say Bibia is not that. But almost your meduma. But you may be so home why you feel say, especially this Basabasa, of course, what Tamale, they know of the existence of all these groups. Omunim, Omunuma, me sure pass, Omunim, leadership, Omunim, all this is something to know. So, to me, I believe, say, after all, same people are going Congress not Tamalia. Doesn't mean to be near Congress. You walk from the coast, Accra, all the way to Upper East. Every city, every town, every village be a Lankoyo between Jabamikroma and free, bit my bayo, and still elect our leadership. Will that resolve the issue in the north? No. We should not let it take that turn, say MPP and as NDC 17. But to me, there are national security issues. I bet you spread it from there to any other part of this country easily. You handle that issue, no? Right. Beyond politics.
All right, I see. Well, on this issue.
Yeah, there, I was so saddened. Some of the headlines, newspapers be watch Troy about NDC youth rampage, went on rampage.
No, but I think we should look at some of the pictures. Number one to us, but Dominic Kiloto. You wait my a course or Tamale, you know now. Just quickly, ask one of us and read some of the.
Minjin today, or the Amanusemba, them in some seminar. As I say, a Damanusem Bemipe dimension will be taken.
So that's
easy because you can't tell me there. Obia on oye MPP, another oye NDC into the way another wash way. I didn't oye on ye. Now, or they ma yen in Babun water see there. This kind of behavior no on your papa. As I say, on your papa cry, how can you do that? How can you do this? Ebazana maybe Obiaka, another Obiaye, for you to go to the extent of burning things like that. Seriously, and I said the politics in Burma, our national security issue. I mean, we have to. We have some areas are volatile. We know, especially the northern part of this country, it's very volatile. It is a 1 year. We have to be very careful, especially our newsmen, our people who do writings and other. Should also help us.
Media, no.
The media should also help us.
The headlines are deceptive, Anna.
No, they say deceptive. I mean, no, because they've arrested some 3 people. They've not even done the investigation. And you are saying that NDC youth, as I say, Obusujina baby, also the MPP, we don't have to do that. As I say, we are fueling okay, maybe the conflict might be only for some few friends around. Yes, but the moment you give it a political, it extends. And so, journalists, you people are also not helping us at all. The journalists are not helping us at all. Some. I mean, yeah, they say MPs. Which was the what kind of some? Now the only one was a some. I see. What's Osuma? I see. Order. We have to be very careful because it's not good for this country at all.
1760. My making cast of the text message now. You try how many people we didn't come about the suspension of the single spine pay policy, a suggestion from Dr. Akucho about its sustainability. It's high time Ghana and its constitution forget about ex gratia and wow. I think that yes, you try home back. Minute back up, you try home back. All right, you be coming to be a dual man on Kuraba and Macas, you be in Komobi, and in paying for free MY Ventures Limited, so better train community, and be coming to do Aman on Kuraba, you be PJ. But text message in Yaba, Yanji Brilliant can come and send your back to studio, single spy on share. Either say this administration now, who come before so my and I say, this particular time, say, woman in the FNSA entry beam. It's high time Ghana and its constitution forget about ex gratia and channel such money for better projects such as school, roads, water, hospitals, etc. Ansi Cranton, gosh, Melon, and our day way about. Adom TV, you make me shed tears this morning. Is this a school for good future or gangsters? This shows the kind of satanic. All right, okay. So, Pacho, Obakonas, you have made my day. You are too good. Franciman Mugabe from Honorable Moses, Assembly Member. Honorable Kwanzaa has made my day. God bless him. And this one says, Nana, we those who voted for NDC and President Mahama are not tired. We are still for him. Again, come again for peace in 2016. So MPP should give us a break. Greetings to Honorable Richard, a champion from Erica, who has a Shikasma Deba. Honorable Corners, more fire from Moses or Salpon. Omai, why are you not mentioning names in the constituency? Oh, okay. Ampa, Metrasam Kase Eja. If the first time I'm watching, please introduce them. Black man from and Black man Patrol, I'll do that. MPs taking bribes will never end. You are just kicking against the pricks. It is an overflogged horse. Another topic, please. Another community wherever. Ben, can you say boldly to God that you are not corrupt? My friend, we are not children. And Honorable, I admire you so much because you are very, very objective and truthful. Please keep it up. You will surely achieve your aim. From Suleiman Uti Secondary Zongo. Omani, the MPP man should learn to believe in Ghana. You should wear made in Ghana goods or get choked by his necktie. Thomas said what I see. He said, "Oh, but patronize made in Ghana goods." Me, I'm saying, I said, "I'm made for patronize." Another friend, Yamisha, horseman shoes. So yeah,
we're your horseman, but he said, made in Ghana.
We should consciously attempt to patronize made in Ghana goods.
That's where we get it wrong.
I see.
So,
the Ghana foot will pump you, Tana.
Is that what we are saying?
Okay, that's another answer.
Yeah. Designers know what pumps you.
Oh, they made political suit and almost all the jackets are wearing.
We tell up a man if I am free.
What?
If I am free, my constituency. So, your friend Clinton. Obia Clinton be our name no. Ko be pumps you to be a man. Fair. So, but issue is made in Ghana no. If your material near the pamata, you know, say another thing else you be saying.
That's what is this.
Otherwise, the materials need to outside the bar. Now you're Ghana ni pamaya. Do we call it made in Ghana?
Because we don't do Ghana. Ghana in the Pamye. Also, Adom estate one man. You know, I don't know. That's the difference. I don't know how made in Ghana. We are concentrating on this type.
Ghana and Tadia, and say you fry and to Mamma Hanada. They are different thing. You bet me, but appearing in suit does not necessarily mean that Atadia now channel.
But me director will challenge Kakrakino to say, Nene Pamno, material na ye using.
Exactly. I also can do 1 hour. It is the president here or the bay. That day, President Tadia fine, look like Ghanaian, but issue is a sprinters for an answer, printers for now. A design a year Nataliana. No. The company sana, let's say, so stand 1 hour call out there and the material number. Okay. To complete that campaign or say, making sure, say, in Tadiano, the Pam or Ghana, the material also no. If you Ghana.
Please tell Honorable Ben that gift is a form of bribery because that is used to influence one's decision in some developed democracies. When a public official gets a gift from anybody, he is legally obliged to report and itemize it on his tax return. You see how the two MPs have come together on this alleged bribery case. NDC MPs accuse NPP MPs and NPP accuse NDC of merchant banking. So what Babin is alleged might be through. Ebenezer or Solpon. All MPs are ... That's what you think. Kofi or Pristia, next time, what is by MWOW. If they behave as parliamentarians but not party representatives, we will also give them those respects. Peter Eltakrade. Aquinas, you are my man and my MP. We trust you. Van Dyke, Mankasim, Nadaba. Parliament may be its facilitation fee, not bribery. Facilitation fee, pay for Parliament.
No, we don't have any
contract.
We don't have any facilitation fee in Parliament.
But as MPs, do you wait for somebody to offer you laptops before you operate? Can't you procure your own?
President office laptops no issue on President Nana didn't bottom scatoy. The ministers, the DCs, the chief executives of state now bottom scan on the top laptops and now why do they think that MPs they buy a beer? I'll say any bottom scanner at the top and you might be
and who are those who didn't campaign to campaign? I mean, we don't.
Yeah, that's it for your question. But I think you've been given an appropriate response. Okay, so that's it. By way of text, we may wrap up. I think that a brainy effort. But Ghana, as it stands now, great minds relating to our economic share, and one of the minds' suggestion is the single span pay policy is not sustainable. You're careful about it. Oh boy, you wrap up.
Well, again, Mintie Dr. Akutuo say the full test. So. Nakakreya Martino said okay, a month for Kotoa Abin. Single spine pay policy, no, a MPP, she share with the help of Dr. Parkinson, nominate the team near that no put two together. Unfortunately, and our bands are by ma and the engineer implemented, and our bands are by ma NDC, a bet to us. NDC so by no, because I know if he said. Omun tiasi ye ntino em so mone labor TUC for no enya ngita hodie e ma me kai se TUC for kran so enya abotre mam so okay ene mon twensin sign for about a year na mon stay for some time na mon study ni year na sana ma implement it. Yes abana edubri bia me feel say no office afedie wa study ade na wie atiase ento office obetumi aye e na ban no e fi ase se oye in fact it was ushered in with a brass band music. We do baby munko police for pay munko say and the bomb when samrania. Yes, I do baby na fe or mu free say nin twas one dma on moi and I say omu how omu handle na to me almost santrasi no mo hwe whether say really and no need the problem and no need the problem now. Solutions and anything. Say no so problem. If I the wage bill of this country Nankasan, it needs to be audited properly. It needs to be audited. Ghost names all over. Obetiani akuyi 20 BFM, Obetiani akuyi 10 BFM. For how long are we going to live with these ghost names?
2010, 14, 15. No?
Yes. You better now nothing be a complaint say salary issue no and I say wage bill no there. You see, because you move as an employee myself, UTT other employees or constituency, and now her salary almost I can't for now. I buy and I see a company say I don't need the cost of our problem. Now that is their income. Now their expenditure and so on. You would be crying if you say they deserve more, and that's also to me anymore. Because here we are, salaries no they are higher constant. And that's a Gina baby, Gina CCI, if you say and crowd also do. And yet, besides how many of these Ghanaians no and now net it will save baby. At the end of the day, so 100 Ghana and that's even 1,000 Ghana. Now, by the time we the water bill, we the light bill, we the transportation, we you know, this is Osako Bo, Bissia, and Sana Bosumino, Aswan. Now, because it's 1,000, no, Yen San suspended and I said, me being count, now you are not being fair with that person. We should not just concentrate effort now on the incomes amount for no a receive, but yen legitimate, of course, yet the omo de no petition. Or look at nipa no yet the omo expenses be fatao. But even the legitimate expenses, they say nipa ne rent because he can't do without living in a room. The rent out per month. You're saying nipa no light bill out average family no per month. You're saying the utility bills ni na. You're saying or quite Juma or foot trot runners, whatever, or they call Eddie Ban, and also you say. It took a can win now, the DD average, those who did in the school fees near the idea. Necessarily more than even the income now, or the man no. Naturally, we complain the income no crowd and doors no do. Then what are you telling that?
A trap via more free abemuno, mode tuma NDC.
It cannot be a trap because
implementing and among whom come for some which one is
you see, it's one of the things that you between the political easily. But sometimes you don't want to go there because Obi no between can say a trap. And she share a dream pa ne kum, who got to say tickets here, we are doing our emre. A dream pa ne kum. So you didn't share no at all because before then now universal salary something all these different types of salary.
Ghana universal salary.
Yes. The bri akoko so you are trying error sir and you could do this stage. And I'm just say you put you in place fair wages commission all kinds of other things to go with this implementation of this SSS. So abansi sai by simple na ke trapper and until now we labor TUC for no cotton as you have got so there be at the end of the NTS intend to me implementing immediately from January. No. To move my time. And they agreed. And more time. Unfortunately, no, Mafua Nanka behind the side, the secretary, and most of them were fired. So they were fired. And they brought in their own people. I don't know if they are taking political twist, but it doesn't matter. So my do monko for so many bit me implementing year. And I'm going to buy teas free and mamma time. Must study every and I'm going to say, yes, Yasha, income, I buy revenues in the cyber can be, you say, you bet me implement it. The more I'm by year one announcement at the bomb one samrani. So, oh, Munko police was salary, Munko will say, will be a what ton will be now the bomb one samrani, we know within just 3 or 4 years down the lane. No, now because, hey, I didn't cry because I don't know or my yahow in our bar. Then I begin to ask myself, say, hey, then you're not kofu, you know. Analysis by thinking better, so go into implementation. And some of them said, now we can start it. And that is where I'm saying, say, some of these things, you can say in the political.
All right.
So, but as a nation, I'm calling for an audit of the wage bill. Now, young share, say really, what I said, the average man out there, the friend is saying, take home pay, or is it take home pay? No.
Home take pay, take home pay.
What I say really, you know.
And Nikofia.
It made the Dufiana.
A quantity with Timisa.
Oh. So if that is the case, yeah, then we will not be treating our employees, you know, fairly. By attacking the income side, no, is the only problem. Yes, you bit marketing down. But if the worker at the end of the day, the take home pay no cannot take him home.
All right.
Now, are we being fair to that person?
All right.
Objectively, you find a solution to it.
Upper Dintra West, I did share one of the man, and that's a pay. Yankuti Fancyman, Deputy Minister Fisheries. Also, Hokada, I'm Fancyman, or more. Fancyman, this year.
Okay, I'm there. There we are going to talk about what the man said. Like, it can kind of cry over show.
The government must renegotiate with organized labor.
Yeah, they're like Honorable Kutu say, but at the end of the day, no, today was my can say single spy was starting. No, or you'll be there. As I say, I even do my phone soon or one day. Or ya jar in a buy because open there, Oma, do my phone to one in a or did them single spy in the day. But master, I mean, they are making a sankofa the way there, won't you?
Quickly, NT area could to us briefly, yes, I'm right back.
If you look at the growth numbers, 7.4 to less than 6, it means that revenue cannot be robust, isn't it? Already, we are told by the GRA that they missed their target by 16%. So I cannot count on income taxes and so forth to fill the gap. VAT has gone up. Fees and levies have gone up. I will be surprised if the government will be bold enough to come up with a new tax measure. So I will put that off the table. How much can you get from tax administration? Maybe if you crack the whip, GRA customs can come up with some 200 to 300 million, But keep in mind, I'm thinking 2.6 billion in cuts. So if I were sitting in the Ministry of Finance, I will tell the President that I don't think we can raise a lot of money. If it comes, bingo, it will help us. So let's go to expenditure. Where do we cut? This, the minister must look for savings, whether he likes it or not. We are going from 11% to 8.5%. What are the sources of expenditure? I'll come to the most difficult one later. That's the wage bill. Let me take the easiest. Use of goods and services. You call it administration, whatever it is. 1.4 billion for the whole public sector. How much can he cut? Last year, we know that most of the MDAs did not get the money. 1.4 billion, let's say he can cut to 200 million. Find savings there. The other one is domestic capital expenditure. It's not enough anyway, 1.5 billion. That would affect growth, yes, but that is the situation you have. That's another, let's say 200 million. I'm being very generous. Because I think that if you cut too much, you cannot grow that much. But let's say you find another 200 million. So you're at 400. Now, let's go to the difficult ones. Statutory funds, by law, you cannot cut them. As we speak, they are arrears to the tune maybe between 800 to 1 billion. So the first job is to pay these arrears and then pay the current ones. So I don't think by law, and if it does, Parliament will take it on anyway. Because now we cannot accumulate arrears in Get Fund, DACF, National Health Insurance. They are affecting development in the districts. So that one is off the table. What do we have left? Interest payments and wage expenditure. There's another one which I'll come to, maybe he can negotiate. And I think he should negotiate. That's the arrears that have accumulated. Not the statutory ones, because by law he cannot go there. He tells us in the budget about 1 billion is owed to contractors. The total is 2.5, but about 1.5 is on statutory. So that cannot be negotiated by law. So 1 billion to the contractors. He must sit down with them and say, look, I cannot pay all of it this year, but I'll give you a credible payment plan for the next 2 or 3 years. That is credible. And it will be payable when it is due. Not that when it is due, it is not paid. Everybody knows that our current wage bill is not sustainable. But we don't want to talk about it. I think that we should defer implementation of, full implementation of the single spine now, not later. The other components that have not started must be deferred but negotiated. On the 2 and 3 category allowances, those parts cannot be sustained in the next 2 or 3 terms. Second, there are arrears on the wage bill, even with the first part of implementation. The minister should sit down with Labour seriously and tell them that I cannot pay it all. If I pay it all, something must give. So that must also be negotiated.
I could say, I know what is all the I'm sure what is what can say, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, in America, no. I mean, I'm saying Sankofa Wunchi. I mean, yes, now it seems to be Oma. Other what I say now, yes, because today most ma na honorable American. Yes, I'm so Obi Moha will join our in the market general Mohon on ya you. But Obi was who was in Oye Hukaka because Obi Oha, your friend there. Minimobia in any salary about 300 Ghana cedis in a month. They take home 300 Ghana cedis. By coming to being of single spine, 300, he earns almost about 700 to 800 Ghana. Most Madinaka. Until how many percentage jump in a way? Until Oyaja, I didn't care for Osaka Kenyanka. It would have fancy for Osaka Kenyanka or Simbuko Europe. Yes, Akaka. Until where order for ya, obey or they share, they know, because me, I don't, you put to me any labor at Nasi. They are catching what they look. Most marginal year, until maybe for a couple of years, no, there's not going to be any increment, another BB, another, but Ikadamsa. Then you also have to check, no, and you're in trouble. If the government can check inflation, they want, no one would any man book on cost. Less than one smooth can obey for 2 years, fine. But no to make in Yamaro Cosor.
into aketu
na aketu no so be go gina no ha no gina kire mo so ga no che da we gina mu cartoon bi wo one of the daily papers newspapers no mu no esro ama na salary why short no gina ho na nyanku we gina o start ikru
skyrocket
na nyanku we friend like bills why tin no so ombra no kiza go no so da bi awu promotion wafunu na ma tin e mi gina no ha na mi gina mi use that group because I'm not a co-equal.
All right.
So, we have to tackle this as a. The issues we don't need to even play politics with it, because, master, if you are politician, we have to also dachi. Almost my identity. Intima, and you may be over the politicizing the crown. I was very much impressed about the organizers of yesterday's function, because yesterday I was listening to snippet of it, and the kind of I've been was the no.
All right. Kudos, graphic and fidelity. Oh, without say, Fatima Boko there.
Fatima Boko, and I mean, just the me. Teacher nyukra na odama kuma na weekend yekesi nti wo friend Mr. Gazy no chadi o biology teacher wo Infantiman girls na imagine ekwai du na mzama ne ebusafo ni na ne ye na nemba na ne nuanum ni na schedule
okay
nti I mean na ya cry ina mo ho Friday but Saturday no dem ni o mampanyin ye ko north no ye ko Zabzugu Tatale nti and they call inaugurative project view or until no other moko until the fee Mankisim or Saturday I'm watching to join the president in Accra na yako Zabzugu until I mean to Manko by Sunday Mukoshe Busafu Yake Bibiama Yakuponado Bibia IFI.
Okay, all right. I was talking about Boko Yama. I didn't say Mumu tables no affordable harvest and a year
November. From September to December.
All right. All okay, Japan. Here is also over Parkem. Yamayako. Here is also Babija Sana. John Mensa Saponso, or music producer, also over Parkem. Moses. Now, Chidano, a Jordan day, and offenso and masse. John Mensa Sapon, Dodona, a boy. Obatampa, why you knew, Zaju to folk good on or come see any. Jordan, Papa. 1 week you will be jam no yadisia na nana abrefo abeto aso me jedi se oni etusa akwantu no akopem se no ndibe ba abedwam ebebe no akoso hwe Adom TV iwo multi TV so koje odeje box na bibia ntimi konkan emfamo